My name is Emily Chu and I am from Malaysia.
My name is Bruno. I'm from Brazil.
My name is Michael and I'm from Kenya.
I'm Sana. I'm from Iran.
My name is Manpreet Singh and I'm in business program. This is my first semester here.
I'm Venetia. I've been in Columbia College for 5 semesters now and I'm from Indonesia.
Hi, I'm Jordan Chen. I'm from Singapore and I'm majoring in engineering.
Every time I start a new semester in Columbia College, I feel like that I'm welcomed home by the people here. They will ask me questions like, how was your break and what courses are you taking currently? And all these other little questions that I really appreciate and love.
I realized the importance of friends when the first time they asked me for emergency contact and I gave my friend's phone number and name and I was like, wait, they are my family right now here. And I feel so connected to them.
Canada is really huge, especially Vancouver being a great city. So you actually need some time to explore, move around, get involved, break the ice, just feel comfortable for a while and adjust and settle in because it's a new country, new experience.
Being an international student and being far away from home is definitely a challenge itself. My advice to new students is to have a positive perspective and outlook when it comes to balancing your social life, your academic life, and also your personal life. Challenges are definitely not easy, so with the right mindset and with the right people, you'll be able to overcome these challenges.
Well, I'm the president of Student Association of Columbia College. So things we do around school is we plan events for students, help them integrate well in the school and in Canada itself. The school and students have given me so much.
I'll miss a lot about Columbia College. I mean, I've made a lot of friends throughout the journey. It's a big community because I got to share my passion. People got interested.
What I'll miss most from Columbia College when I leave is, I think, pretty much everything because it was the first time that I had my serious job. It was the first time I had the experience of being in post-secondary education, my friends, being independent. I know it wasn't the utopia that I wanted, but nothing is utopia, and I've learned a lot, so I will definitely miss every minute of it.
So far, it has been the best experience of my life.
Yes, dear viewers, I think you just watched this video of Columbia College, and wow, the Vancouver is a lovely city to live. Very, that modern city, and the third most livable city so far, I believe. And of course, today we have a live session with Columbia College, and we have Chelsea with us. Definitely, we'll introduce with him very soon. But before that, I would like to say something about few matters about Canada, because you guys know that there are few Canadian universities, high top-ranked universities like University of Toronto, British Columbia, University of British Columbia, Simon Fraser, McGill, McMaster, or University of Victoria. These are the top-ranked universities in Canada, and sometimes you feel the upset when you don't get chance in those universities directly because of their high admission requirement, and of course their budget is too much. That it's more than 35,000 Canadian dollar in a year. So you must be feeling upset that not to getting admission in those universities, but that you have a very good choice, which is Columbia College. Could be the right platform to start with your first and second year in Columbia College, and you can transfer easily to those top-ranked universities without any problem, because Columbia College is the most trustable and most very good college for the transfer options, and it is nearly 100 years old college, which is really a very good history track of Columbia College. And definitely those who are, I can see one of our Columbia student, Ruhin Nawaj. I mean, he is watching our video. He is already studying in Columbia College. So definitely, Ruhin, be with us, and if you have any question, please let us know. And definitely, the people who are watching, I would like to request you, please share this live session to your in your timeline, so that people can be benefited. People can be, that they can get more information about studying in Canada, and of course study in Columbia College and study in Vancouver. So Chelsea, first of all, I'd like to welcome in this live session, today's live session. And how are you at all? I mean,
I'm doing really well, thank you. Yeah, I'm really glad to be able to connect with you guys. It's a beautiful sunny day in Vancouver here right now. We're up in the morning and you guys are finishing your day, so I'm really glad we were able to find a time that we can connect.
And happy good morning to you actually. Good morning. And I mean, how is the situation over there in Vancouver in this COVID-19 situation? How you are facing and what is the present condition?
For sure. Yeah, I'm really glad you asked. Things in Vancouver are starting to look up. We just had an announcement from our public health minister. I think it was on Wednesday that Vancouver and the province of British Columbia has flattened the curve. We are in the process of reopening our economy starting next week. So the one thing to keep in mind here is that in Vancouver and in British Columbia in particular, we never went into a full lockdown. We were quite lucky and fortunate that we've been able to, go out, get groceries, and still spend some time outside. So the situation is positive here. We are moving towards reopening our economy, and so we're looking forward to the next steps with that. So
that's the Canada. That's the Canada how it is. And today I had to talk with so many students who went through Prominent, and I had to talk with them. And some parents, some students, they are telling me that they are getting money, some dollars in their account in every week. So I said, "Wow, that no government is doing in such way that what the Canadian Prime Minister is doing." So you must be very proud of Canadian government, and we hope that everything will be fine. So Chelsea, today actually we'll talk about the details of Columbia College, about the product, because I know that Columbia College has very unique products. And though you don't have so many programs, but definitely whatever the programs you have, it's very unique. And definitely I would like to request all students, this is a completely undergrad presentation, undergrad discussion. So if you have any question, any kind of, so please feel free to ask. So Chelsea, first of all, I would like to know why people should choose Canada, not Australia, not USA, not UK. Why Canada?
Yeah, that's a really great question, and it's always something, it's a big decision. We're all very different but similar. And I think the number one reason students should choose Canada is that we have a culture of diversity and welcoming and inclusion, in that students are able to really be themselves. No matter where you're from here in Canada, we've got a community for everybody. And our whole culture is a very welcoming and warm environment. But most importantly, I think the opportunities that exist for students in Canada right now with the postgraduate work permit, opportunities in that students can work while they study, but also once they finish their program, and then they're able to actually transition into an application for permanent residency. So when you're choosing Canada for study short term, it can become a long-term, decision for the rest of your life if you want to do that. So I think this is a very unique opportunity. Our government wants students to come. We want to support them and help them stay and become productive members of our society. So I think that's the biggest benefit of Canada overall, is opportunities.
That's why you always say study, work, and settle.
Yes.
That is the main, the main sentence. I mean, what we usually say.
Yeah.
Canada is study, work, and settle. So first of all, I would like to know about your college, the college location, and how the city is. Though everyone knows about Vancouver, but still, we would like to know from you that about the college and about the location as well.
For sure. Yeah, so we are fortunate enough to be a college that is based in the city of Vancouver. So we are an urban campus. So it's important that students know we're in the city center. We're one metro station away from the downtown core of the city of Vancouver. And we are 2 minutes walk from a SkyTrain station. So this means we're in a very accessible location, but in an also very exciting part of Vancouver, very close to the major economic centers, the water, so it's beautiful, that part. And our campus, we do have 2 campuses directly across the street from each other, depending on what program you are in. And then in general, our campus is just a smaller building. It's not a huge campus, so when you come into Columbia College, it's like a small family. We're right near the city center, but we're a very close-knit community. We're in one of the best places in Vancouver. As you know, if you've seen any photos, you've seen the video, it is a breathtaking city to live in and to be a part of the vibrant cultures that are here. And the benefit for students that are afraid of winter, we have a mild climate compared to other parts of Canada. So wintertime is going to rain instead of snow. So I think that's a big part of the picture as well, is the lifestyle in Vancouver is very, very exciting and energetic.
Yes, and most of the people, that they're very afraid of weather, especially winter. But Vancouver is out of that. Vancouver is the part of that. But Vancouver is, not only Vancouver, the British Columbia, the weather is fantastic. And some people, they are afraid of going to Vancouver because of the high cost. Especially the living expenses. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, that is definitely the reality of living in one of the most livable cities in the world. Everybody wants to come here, right? So it is a challenge for students. And ways that we help students with this is by providing homestay accommodation, living with a Canadian family. Instead of having to rent your whole own apartment, this can help reduce fees. And this is really the goal of Columbia College, is why we keep our tuition affordable, is so that students who are targeting Vancouver at least have a 1 or 2 year break in their tuition so that they can save that money towards other parts. But as we've talked about, Vancouver's a vibrant economy once COVID recovers.
Yes.
So, students don't usually have any problem getting a part-time job and helping support themselves while they study. So yes, the cost of living is higher than other parts of Canada.
But the opportunity is there. Yes.
Opportunity is here. And once you come and settle and get yourself established, it is possible to have a great lifestyle here. So you just got to work.
And that today I got a call from one of my parents, one of our students' parents, that she was talking about that her son got admitted in University of Toronto. So the fees is it's more than 60,000
Yeah.
Canadian dollar in a year. So I said, wow, it's pretty high. It's so high, not pretty, it's so high.
So high. Yeah.
Yes. So Columbia College, actually the tuition fee is very low. Just 1/4 of that. If I say 1/4 of that. So this is the right option, right platform. Students who would like to save their money at least for 2 years. So Columbia College, if you spend 2 years, you just need to pay only 30 to 33,000 Canadian dollar for 2 years. So it's a very good platform. And third year you can join in any direct university. So definitely the tuition fee is really, really affordable as per the city of Vancouver. So,
can I just elaborate on this quickly to help students understand why we are affordable? So we talked about this in the beginning, where we were established in 1936. So we are a very old historic college within Canada. And so within this framework, we know the cost of the fancy things and just the basic things, right? And Columbia College is a nonprofit organization. And a lot of people don't know this about us, in that we actually do everything we can to make it the most affordable option for students in Vancouver, because we believe in equal access to education for all international students, not just the wealthiest families that can afford, $50,000, $60,000 a year. We believe that everybody should have a chance in this.
Yes.
So we try to make it affordable for all of our students. And as a nonprofit organization, we're able to do this by keeping tuition as low as possible for students. So it's a very important part of who Columbia College is.
Yes, exactly.
And why we're affordable.
And I would like to add some more thing with this, because in the private sector there is two kind of institution. One is the profitable institution, another one is non-profitable. So Columbia College is definitely non-profitable. So when you will choose any private organization in terms of education or institution, so you need to check if it is non-profitable organization, then the quality must be better. And one thing that we have some students, that those who are that taking the homestay option, those has already staying there homestay, and we have found the fees is not so high. Like it's I think what $850 to 900 Canadian dollar, including the meal. So it's not actually so high. It's okay. I mean, as part of the Vancouver city, it's not so high. It's medium, so far I can say. Chelsea, I'd like to know that about the courses, because mostly you have the undergrad courses starting from high school, right? So would you please say something about the courses from high school to undergrad level, from to bachelor level?
Sure. Yeah. So Columbia College is a school that specializes in lower level programming, so not full bachelor's degrees or postgraduate diplomas. So we start at a high school level at grade 10, 11, and 12. So this would be the equivalent of the SSC to the HSC, right? So grade 10, 11, and 12. Students can finish their high school diploma. We call it the Dogwood Diploma, or we have a foundation program for students who wish to come after grade 10. So we've got multiple pathway options in the high school. And then after high school, we have what we call the University Transfer Program and the Associate Degree Program, where we have the first 2 years of bachelor's degree programs. Associate degrees are academic diplomas, and they're in arts and science. And within this, the main areas we specialize in are arts. So this is humanities like anthropology, sociology, French. Then we've got business. So under this is marketing, accounting, all of those specializations. Science programs, so we have all of the pure sciences. And then engineering, we have a 1-year program for transfer. And then we have a mass communications, political science, and psychology department, as well as computer science as well. So we've got basically all of the programs that are academic leading, so leading into a bachelor's degree or completion of 2-year academic diplomas.
Academic diplomas, yes. So I have a few questions about the foundation after class 10, because which is very important part, because we sometimes, I mean, most of the time we get this kind of students after class 10. So first of all, as you are talking about the foundation, so you know the Dogwood Diploma, Dogwood High School Diploma, I think it's a 2-year scope program, right? So they have to finish 11 and 12, right?
Yes.
Okay, but in terms of foundation, you have said me some accelerated program that they can finish it off in 8 to 12 months.
Yep.
And immediately after finishing that, they can join to the university program. So
Exactly.
would you please explain this program, I mean, about the foundation, and in that case, what should be the age, and what, and you know that there are two types of class 10 education in our country. One is national curriculum, which is secondary education, SSC, and another we have that O levels. I mean, that is the British curriculum. So how should be the result, and how you will going to take them to your foundation?
Sure. So if a student was to finish the SSC, so grade 10, we would call that in Canada, and they wanted to do the foundation program, they would need to finish grade 11 and 12 with us. And our foundation program is a condensed high school completion program where they would finish their high school, so grade 11 and 12, in 12 months, so 1 year. So they condense it down into the pure academic subjects. And once students finish this 12-month program, they will move into the university transfer program for at least 1 more year. So it's a high school plus first-year university program. Once they finish the first year of university, they can then go to any university in Canada if they want to transfer, or they can stay and finish the associate degree, which is the second year. The second pathway would be for O-level students, and we would call this completion of grade 11 in Canada. So an O-level student would go into our foundation program, and it's actually only 4 months long. So students are able to finish grade 12, we call it, in as little as 4 months by taking all of their academic grade 12 subjects. And in their second semester, they will start the university transfer or associate degree program. Sometimes students can't take all 4 courses in that first term because maybe they're not offered or some sort of complication. So in that second semester, they would take whatever high school is missing plus university at the same time. So that second semester will be blended if necessary, or a full university program. So it's a very fast, very efficient program. And students need to be prepared for this, right? The learning outcomes at our school are done on a semester timetable. And so what this means is students take 3 to 4 courses every 4 months, and they finish that course. Then they move on to the next one.
Exactly. So after SSC, they need to do 1 year foundation, and after O levels, they need to 4 months program they need to do.
Exactly.
Or they can do even another 1 term, include with the additional subject of university courses.
Yeah.
But my question is that in that case, what kind of grades and how many subjects they should have in O level to join
Sure,
that
yeah.
4 months program?
Yeah, so students who are coming from the O-level program need to have 5 academic subjects, and we're looking for a C average on these courses. The higher the grades, the better, because they will, have the confidence to do a short-term program, right? But a C average is the minimum score for admission for this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one more thing, we need to know that how should be the IELTS score or English proficiency score for joining this foundation or this program?
Yeah, so we have an integrated language program. And so what this means is we can accept slightly lower admission scores than other colleges or other programs. So the minimum score students should have to start a high school program is IELTS 5.0. In that level, they will be still in sort of a preparation program with English, but they can move towards taking more courses. So that's the lowest level. But, if they're at 5.5 or 6.0 as well, they can move into the program. So as long as the 5.0 is the minimum to start.
So if they have 5.5 or 6, they don't require to do any additional English courses with the main course, right?
No, because they would be in the high school courses, right?
Yeah,
so
that's right.
when you come into a high school program, you have to finish English 11 or English 12, whichever it is. So our IELTS scores are equivalent with our high school courses. If you're at 5.0, yes, this is lower than English 11, so you need to take an upgrading English course at that time.
Okay, so I would like to say our viewers in Bengali that this is a very good option if you have completed. যদি আপনি SSC complete করে থাকেন বাংলাদেশ থেকে, তাহলে আপনি IELTS 5.5 দিয়েও কিন্তু আপনি ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ফাউন্ডেশন ইয়ার আপনি জয়েন করতে পারবেন। 1 বছরে ফাউন্ডেশনটা কমপ্লিট করে আপনি কিন্তু ইউনিভার্সিটি ফার্স্ট ইয়ার জয়েন করতে পারছেন। বাট সেই ক্ষেত্রে আপনি 5.5 বা 6 থেকে তাহলে ভালো হবে, কারণ সেই ক্ষেত্রে আপনাকে হাই স্কুল লেভেলে কোনো এডিশনাল ইংলিশ করতে হচ্ছে না। আর যারা ও লেভেলস করেছেন বাংলাদেশ থেকে, ফর দেম উই হ্যাভ দ্য বেটার অপশন, লাইক দে ক্যান, তারা কিন্তু 4 মাসের মধ্যে তারা হাই স্কুলটা কমপ্লিট করে কিন্তু সেকেন্ড সেমিস্টারে তারা কিন্তু দে ক্যান জয়েন ফর দ্য মেইন course of high school. So it's a very good option for O-level student. So Chelsea, now we'd like to know about the the university program, university transfer program and associate degree that you are offering both programs in different major like business, arts and all these things. So what is the requirement to entry all these programs, and what should be the English proficiency score as well?
Yes. So if you are going to enter a university level program with the national curriculum, so the HSC, you must have finished the HSC program with your final scores no less than about a 3.0 GPA is what we look for. The higher the better, obviously, for success down the road. If you're coming from the international curriculum, it is required of 4 AS levels with a C average, or 3 A levels with a C average.
Okay.
So
and
we're
what should be
flexible.
the IELTS? What should be the IELTS score?
IELTS score, again, we can accept someone with as low as 5.0, but in this you will be doing a preparation English program alongside taking maybe 1 or 2 university courses. But if you want to be a pure university student, so starting at English 100, that is IELTS 6.5 and writing in 6.0. But we do have lower level, like if you had 6.0, 6.0, you could go into a course that's called English 099, and at this level you could actually take 2 or 3 university courses at the same time. So we try to integrate English into programs.
Yes. And of course, what will be the opportunities? Because in Columbia College, students can finish the first 2 years in terms of UTP, University Transfer Program, or associate degree. They can finish 2 years course in Columbia maximum. And after that, what are the opportunities to join? What kind of universities? And what are the opportunities after UTP and after associate degree as well? Could you please explain this matter?
Yeah, so the main difference between the UTP and the associate degree program is, just for clarification, is after 1 year of university coursework, a UTP student can transfer to a university in second year if they want to. So they can do a 1+3 program. Or an associate degree student, which is the full 2 years completion, can then block transfer their courses into any university in the province of British Columbia. So this is direct agreements and articulations within our province that all colleges and universities have these agreements set out by the BC transfer system. So students apply to their university and program of choice. We always say you should have 2 or 3 options, right? You know, different pathways. So a lot of our students will target the University of British Columbia or Simon Fraser University because they're the 2 main universities in our province, or in our city, sorry.
And
But then,
another one is there, Victoria, I think.
yeah, then there's the University of Victoria. There's many more. Then we've got, you know, Thompson Rivers University in the interior, the University of Fraser Valley. So in total, you know, there's 39 institutions in the province of British Columbia that students can move between. So it really depends on what's the target. What program do you want to go into? What's your finances? You know, what sort of tuition can you afford at the next level? Because it's going to go up from Columbia College. And what is your academics? Because if you want to go to UBC, you have to have the top GPA, right? But, you know, in my whole time of working at Columbia College, I've never met a student that didn't get into university. They always find a program. But I've met lots of students that didn't get their first choice, right? They didn't get into UBC. Yeah, or they, you know, they had to take a secondary program and then reapply from an internal transfer or something. So it is based on academic performance at Columbia College. So students have to work hard with us as well, just like they would at any other university. And so we're going to help them choose these pathways based on their academics, their finances, their confidence level. You know, not everybody's ready to go into a school that has classes of 300 students. Maybe they want a smaller university, right? So our academic advisors are specialists in helping them choose this pathway accordingly. And then if they're not ready to go on to university, they'll graduate with their associate degree, and they have 180 days to apply for their postgraduate work permit. So if they want to stay and just work and take a break for a little bit, they can transition onto the postgrad work permit. So all of our associate degrees are authorized for the postgraduate work permit in Canada.
Exactly. So I would like to explain these matters in Bangla. The thing is that যেটা হচ্ছে যে আপনাদের দুইটা কোর্স আছে ইন কলম্বিয়া কলেজে, একটা হচ্ছে ইউটিপি যেটা হচ্ছে ইউনিভার্সিটি ট্রান্সফার প্রোগ্রাম, আর একটা হচ্ছে অ্যাসোসিয়েট ডিগ্রি। ইউনিভার্সিটি ট্রান্সফার প্রোগ্রামের ক্ষেত্রে অবশ্যই আপনার জিপিএ এইচএসসি তে অবশ্যই 3 বা 3 অ্যাবভ থাকতে হবে মিনিমাম, এবং আপনাকে আইএলটিএস স্কোর থাকতে হবে 6.5। যদিও আপনি আইএলটিএস স্কোর কম থাকলে উইথ ইএসএল অর অ্যাডিশনাল ইংলিশ কোর্স আপনি অ্যাপ্লাই করতে পারবেন, বাট যদি আপনি সরাসরি মেইন প্রোগ্রামে আসতে চান অবশ্যই আপনাকে 6.5, নো ব্যান্ড লেস দ্যান 6 আপনাকে থাকতে হবে। এবং দ্য ম্যাটার ইজ আফটার 1 year of UTP program আপনি কিন্তু ব্রিটিশ কলম্বিয়ার যে কোনো টপ র্যাঙ্ক ইউনিভার্সিটিতে কিন্তু আপনি উইদাউট মানে গ্যারান্টেড ক্রেডিট ট্রান্সফার আপনি করতে পারছেন, বেসড অন ইউর সিজিপিএ, বেসড অন ইউর budget, based on your subject availability. So you can do that, or you can do another year of UTP in Colombia. So 2 years you can finish, and you can do the next 2 years in top ranked university or any universities in British Columbia. So Chelsea, I have a question here that can they transfer to other Ontario universities or any other universities from?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have consistently every year we have students that transfer to the University of Alberta, University of Calgary, onwards to the University of Toronto, McGill, these sorts of things. It is possible. It just requires a little bit more preparation and research, because in the province of British Columbia, this is our government provincial system, right, for education. Everything transfers, so it's very smooth. It's all done ahead of time. Yeah, so if you go outside of British Columbia, you have to express this interest with your advisors very early, because we have to make sure that we do some research, maybe contact advisors to see what credits will be accepted. Because this is the normal system in British Columbia, universities across Canada are used to students asking for transfer. So they will all have their own internal policy and their own internal admissions criteria based on credits. So it is possible, takes a bit more preparation. Students just have to understand maybe they will lose a bit of credits. They might not get 100% transfer. Versus in British Columbia, it's all done ahead of time, so we know what credit. So yes, it's possible. We've just got to prepare for it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And it
of
happens
course,
all the time.
Yes, yes, and সেই জন্য আপনাদের যেটা করতে হবে যে আপনার সিজিপিএ ভালো রাখার ট্রাই করতে হবে। আপনি যে 2 বছর কলম্বিয়া কলেজে পড়বেন, এই 2 বছর আপনাকে খুব হার্ড ওয়ার্ক করতে হবে যাতে ইউ ক্যান গেট এ বেটার সিজিপিএ সো দ্যাট ইউ ক্যান জয়েন দ্য টপ র্যাঙ্ক ইউনিভার্সিটি ইফ ইউ ক্যান অ্যাফোর্ড their budget, or you can also join the mid-level universities like Thompson River, Vancouver Island, or Capilano, then Cape Breton. I mean, not Cape Breton, like some other universities like Fraser Valley. So these kind of universities you can join definitely with them with some mid-level. That score, and the associate degree, it is another part of that transfer degree, but associate degree is a complete degree which is academic degree. After 2 years from UTP you cannot join. আপনি কিন্তু UTP থেকে আপনি ওয়ার্ক পারমিটে জয়েন করতে পারছেন না, পোস্ট স্টাডি ওয়ার্ক পারমিটে, বাট আপনি এসএসসি ডিগ্রি করার পরে কিন্তু ইউ হ্যাভ দ্য বোথ অপশনস। সো আপনি কিন্তু চাইলে ওয়ার্ক পারমিটে জয়েন করতে পারবেন, 3 ইয়ার্স ওয়ার্ক পারমিট পোস্ট স্টাডি ওয়ার্ক, অথবা আপনি কিন্তু চাইলে থার্ড ইয়ারে কোনো ইউনিভার্সিটিতে আপনি জয়েন করতে পারেন বেসড অন ইউর মেজর। সো দিস টু অপশনস আর ভেরি গুড, কারণ আপনাদের কাছে অনেকে মনে হতে পারে যেমন আপনি যদি ইউবিসিতে সরাসরি অ্যাপ্লাই করার চেষ্টা করেন, আপনার জিপিএ খুব হাই থাকতে হবে। ইভেন আপনার জিপিএ যদি 4.9 আউট অফ 5 থাকে, সেই ক্ষেত্রে আপনি অ্যাডমিশন পাবেন কিনা তার কিন্তু কোনো গ্যারান্টি নেই। ভাইরাস আপনি কিন্তু কলম্বিয়াতে 2 ইয়ার্স খুব ভালোভাবে শেষ করতে পারছেন। থার্ড ইয়ারে গিয়ে আপনার ট্রাই করতে হবে যাতে আপনি কলম্বিয়ার স্কোরটা ভালো থাকে, যাতে আপনি থার্ড ইয়ারে গিয়ে ইউবিসিতে চান্স পান, এবং সেই ক্ষেত্রে আপনার কিন্তু বাজেটটাও সেভ হচ্ছে, কারণ যেখানে ইউবিসিতে 2 বছরে 1 বছরে খরচ হচ্ছে প্রায় মোর দেন $35,000 কানাডিয়ান ডলার, সেখানে কিন্তু আপনি এই 1 বছরের টাকায় কিন্তু আপনি কলম্বিয়াতে 2 বছরের কোর্স কমপ্লিট করে ফেলতে পারতেছেন। দ্যাট মিন্স ইউ ক্যান সেভ অ্যাট লিস্ট 1 year fees when you study in Columbia College. So Chelsea, that people are that they want to know about the work opportunities during study, and what are the opportunities that they can enjoy in their studying period in Columbia College, whether it is on campus or whether it is off campus. What are the opportunities during study for students?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I think it's something that Canadians take very seriously. Things outside of the classroom, right? We take extracurriculars as almost equally as important as academics, because we believe students should be well-rounded in their skill set when they finish. So on campus, students are available for all sorts of events and activities and clubs based on their individual preferences. So if somebody wants to play cricket, we have a cricket team, or if somebody wants photography, they can join this. Or if there's a club that they're interested in forming that we don't have, they can do this as well. So this is just for, fun student life on campus. We're always going to be creating opportunities, cultural affiliation days that we celebrate our students. So student life is very fun on campus. Off campus, when it comes to work opportunities, there are infinite amounts of jobs available normally, mostly in the public service, food and beverage, hospitality service sector, because students need to find jobs that are usually on evenings and weekends, right, because of their classes. So it is part-time jobs that are range, right? It can be from working in a clothing store, or maybe you are working part-time in a business, a receptionist, or we can't really say because students are completely individuals in what they target. But it is important to know that it is evening and weekend work, and it is part-time, 20 hours a week. So those are the main restrictions students will face. But Canada and Vancouver has a great economy normally, so finding these jobs isn't much of an issue. We do also have a career advisor on campus, so we will help students get set up with their resume, interview skills, what are the expectations in Canada, We often have career fairs, or we'll bring employers in where they'll set up a booth at our school and they're looking for, to promote their programs with students. So we do everything we can to connect our students to extracurriculars in fun, sports, leisure, but also work opportunities and volunteer projects. So we take it very seriously.
We'll take just two questions, though it's not so relevant to our show. Like Hossein Shubro, he was asking that how can I get full funded scholarship? See, full funded scholarship, actually that's not our part, because full funded scholarship, if you are looking for some research program, they need to talk to the university professor for the funding. So that's not actually our part. And the student he is just calling, can you offer master's program? No, in the beginning I have told that Columbia College is not for master's program, only for undergrad. And for master's program, Prominent Consultant is working with so many universities, so many colleges for post-graduation courses. So you can talk to us later. You can see our contact number and everything is there in our Facebook page. So I think you can contact us later, Mr. Mohammad Arifin. So Chelsea, that I would like to know something about, about the living expenses average. Though we have talked a bit before, but would you please say something about your accommodation? What kind of accommodation do you offer? And I forgot to know another thing, that how many students do you have in your campus, and how many of them are international, and from how many countries students are studying in Columbia?
Yeah, that's a good question. So this is the one thing that separates us from most other schools in Vancouver, is that Columbia College is 95% international students. So this is what we specialize in, right? We take students from all over the world, we bring them into the system and teach them how to integrate into the Canadian system, gain the confidence in the classroom, with other like-minded students, people that are also brand new to the country. We always joke, all of our students, when they come, they have no friends and they have no family. So friendships happen very quickly on campus because this situation, everybody's looking for the same thing in the beginning, right? Everybody needs to create a new family, right? So Columbia College is going to be there to assist them, not only academically, but socially, to make these foundations. So yes, we are an international focused school. We have a very small group of Canadian students, so that's a very important feature. Bangladesh for us is a newer market, and we've been working with Prominent very closely to grow this number on campus. So we have a small group of Bengali students, maybe about 15 or 20. Hopefully by September, this number will maybe double or whatever it will get to.
But this September would be quite impossible, because I don't know that people cannot fly or not. So let's see.
Just joking. COVID has changed things, but yes. Yeah, Bangladesh is growing. It's a new market. Yeah, exactly. But it is growing. And last semester, so I don't know the data for May, but in January we did have 58 nationalities on campus. So we have
so diverse campus. Yes.
Yeah, and we have a very strong population of students from South Asia, so India, Bangladesh. Then we've got a group from from Southeast Asia, the Middle East.
Brazil,
so it's a truly international school, and the one thing that I always like to tell students is I think our school is actually preparing you for the real world in Vancouver better than a domestic focused college, because when you come into the workforce in Canada, your colleagues are going to be from all over the world, right?
Yes.
People in Canada are, especially Vancouver, over 50% of the population is foreign born. So when you work, you have to understand how to work with different cultures, because that's the reality. So I think our school really sets students up for the real world working conditions by being in an international system.
Exactly, and Canada is the most diverse country, as you know that there are a lot of people from a lot of countries. They are coming, they are doing jobs, they are studying, they are getting PR. So Canada, if you stay in Canada, if someone stays in Canada, definitely he will be in touch with all the diversity. So what about the living expenses in Vancouver for a student? If you arrange some accommodation, or I don't think we have on-campus accommodation, but you are arranging the homestay for students. So how it is and how is the average expenses?
Yeah, so because the city of Vancouver's accommodation is so expensive, this is something students and parents really need to understand, is our location restricts us for housing. we are based in one of the most expensive postal code in Canada. So to have a dormitory or a area for students to live in would mean we would have to triple tuition fees, because that's the cost of buying property here. So what we do for students is we set them up with a homestay family. And it's not mandatory, but if you need assistance with housing, this is what we can provide. So we ask students questions. What do you like to do for fun? Do you have dietary restrictions? Any religious affiliation you want to be near? And we try to match them with Canadian families. So a homestay program, if you are under 19 years old, you will require custodianship, and that's the legal guardian in Canada. We will do
Is it
this.
under 19 or under 18?
19 in British Columbia, yeah. So in Ontario and other parts, the age is different, but British Columbia is 19. So we will arrange the custodianship and we will set you up with a family. It is $1,000 a month Canadian, which includes 3 meals a day, your internet, electricity, your rent. So it's actually a very affordable rate for Vancouver, considering everything is included. If you are over 19 or 19 and older, it is $925 a month. So slightly less for students who have legal status in Canada. So yeah, this homestay experience it can be a little bit awkward or it can be amazing, right? You have to learn how to live with another family, but we do find it's optimal for financial savings and also for support, really, to make sure you integrate and have everything you need to succeed in school by making sure you have what you need at home. So we will arrange this. Students don't have to worry about anything. We do all the placements for them, and you'll actually get to meet your homestay family and get the profile before you come, so you can contact and see where you're going to live and all of this.
The thing is that what I can realize that, Chelsea, that we have found that homestay is a good option, because we have some students who has taken the homestay option, and when we got the information from the Canadian family, they are asking what kind of meal would he like and what kind of things he like, and they have given their whole family status details and everything, how many members in the family and what kind of room he will be staying, the pictures, everything they have sent to that student. And really, because when an undergrad student is going to a different country, a new country, so sometimes that it's very hard to get them to get the home for them, because they don't know anyone, who will be the roommate and who with whom he can adjust. So homestay could be a good option, because once they arrive in Canada, so they are getting their room ready, that is furnished, and sometimes the host family also, they are taking care of their airport pickup as well. So that it's a very good option for, especially for undergrad students, because they are quite immature, and for the first time I think homestay could be the good option for them, and it's not so expensive as well.
Yeah.
So that yes.
We recommend it in the beginning. You don't have to stay forever. Many of our students will come and they'll make friends on campus, and then they go and get their own accommodation. But they're much more stable. Yeah, they're much more stable here. They understand the city and all of this. And I do need to stress that housing in Vancouver is very competitive. There's lots of references. You have to prove finances. It's not a very easy process to get your own housing, especially when you're not in the country. So we always say, let us help you in the beginning. We will set this up, do at least your first semester, then you can start exploring other options, because the last thing you want to do is worry about where you're going to live when you're in a new country, right?
Yes. And the thing is that, that the homestay is always safe at the beginning, and it's not like that they need to stay for a longer time. They can stay for just a couple of months and they can switch onto some other things. But that I would like to request the Bangladeshi students that sometimes I got inquiries when they arrive in Canada. They are searching for, if they don't get any Bangladeshi people or any Bangladeshi students with them as a roommate, they are feeling upset. Then I always say them that, see, you went to Canada to meet with different people, to meet with the different culture. So you need to know the new things. If you would like to know the same thing what you have learned from Bangladesh, so then what is the use of going to Canada? So it's better you just feel comfort, be positive, and try to mix up with the new people, new country people, so that you will come to know some different thing, new thing. So after that, when I say them these things, so they feel comfort, they feel confidence, because yes, because you have spent a lot of money and you went to Canada not only for degree, you went to Canada to mix up with the diverse community. So let's be positive and be ensured that anyone can be a roommate. Just you need to find a suitable and comfortable roommate. That's the thing. It could be Bangladeshi, it could be any nationality. So Chelsea, we are just closer to our live session. So you know that what are the situation for students, because in May session students were not able to move at the border was closed. So how was the classes happened in May session, those who did not get those who could not fly, and what will be the September intake if the situation it does not improve, then what will be the situation due to COVID-19? What is your plan actually?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I think at Columbia, we actually have an advantage because we do have the May semester running. The first day of classes is on the 19th. And so we kind of get a full semester to practice during COVID, what this looks like, right? So I'll let you know where we're at now and what we're planning for. Currently, right now, the end of the winter semester and the summer semester moved to a 100% online platform. So what this means is students did have to do all of their courses online. Same thing with May, it's a 100% online term. So students must be prepared for this. What we have designed, and then in the process of designing more, is what we call flex courses. So these courses are arranged by professors, and there is a limited batch of them where they are pre-recorded sessions in which students can then access on their own time zone. So students don't have to sit and get up at 3 in the morning or stay up until whatever time it is now to come to class in Canada. You can have these sessions on your own time, and they have 1 week to complete them. Then there will be some face-to-face, sessions where they can talk to the professor, they can, all of this, but the actual lectures are pre-recorded. So this is how we're trying to overcome the potential time zone differences, because in our May term, we are having some students start from their own country. So they were not able to travel to Canada. So this is what we're designing for those.
They can join the online platform. And honestly speaking, the immigration is saying, the Canadian immigration is saying that definitely if you cannot join physically in Canada, in the campuses, definitely you can start your classes online. If you have the study permit, definitely you can start your classes right away online if the college or university is organizing. And of course, it will not impact in your PSW option. So whatever the duration you will study here in Bangladesh, in your home, so it will not deduct from your total duration. So it will be counted and you will be safe without any doubt. So please be positive and don't think any kind of negative things. And what the Chelsea has said, that there is the pre-recorded lecture. So it's a good thing. So whenever you want, what the time is comfortable for you, you can see those and you can do the assignment and you can submit. So it's a very good option because you don't need to be rushed to join a class or to open a laptop on that particular time. So pre-recorded lecture is very helpful. So you can join anytime you can see. And I would like to say for September, still we are positive. Still we are, that the Canadian government, the colleges, universities, they're still positive to receive you in September physically. If the things are improving, definitely, but still, if anything happens negative, so in that case you can join online classes. So Chelsea, anything I have missed to ask you? Do you remember anything?
No, I think it's good. And I think just the one thing everybody needs to know is that with COVID and everything that's happening, we're all in this together, right? It's not just Bangladesh that's suffering. It's the whole world right now. And so with Canada, we will do, and Columbia College, we will do whatever is the requirement of the Canadian government. If we are allowed to be open face to face, we will be open, right? We will be back. We will have whatever safety measures need to be put in place moving forward. You know, you can be assured that the health and safety of our staff and students is the most important thing. So we will do whatever it takes to reopen. If we're not able to reopen, we will proceed online, and we will try to make it as easy as possible for you to start in your own country. Remember from the beginning, we're almost 100% international students. So we know what you're going through. We understand the pressures, and we are going to try to make it as easy as possible for you to keep going and not have your education disrupted. So let's cross our fingers. We're hoping September will be open. If it's not, we will take all the measures to see who wants to start online, or maybe you need to defer your studies, or whatever happens, we'll be there to support you. And that's the best part about Columbia, is that we're small enough that, you know, we're on a first name basis. You can reach out to us. You can be free to ask your questions. And so that's my biggest message to everybody now is, you know, you've got Syed and his team at Prominent that are on your time zone. They're always there to help you. And through them, you can always contact me. So don't be shy. No question is a stupid question right now. We're all trying to figure out this new normal. That's what they keep saying here. And once things reopen, Canada will take care of you. I think, you know, Syed, you touched on that. Our international students that are in Canada and that we're working are getting an economic benefit from the government because they contributed to our economy. So we're taking care of the students as well. So
exactly. And actually, just now I remember one thing that I really forgot to ask you some important question, like about the tuition fees. You know, that is the most vital part. And of course the application process and the scholarship, is if there is any. So would you please explain all this matter in a short way?
Yes, sure. So tuition is frozen for 2020-2021. So we're not raising our tuition next year. So one full year of tuition is $16,050 Canadian. So it's very affordable. The application process is very straightforward. You get all of your documents to Prominent Consultants. So we need your academic transcripts, English proficiency, your passport. They will submit all of these to us. We will be giving Prominent a few application fee waivers. So students who are serious about applying, please apply as soon as possible to take advantage of those. And then, you know, it's quite fast on our end for the most part. Give us a bit of patience because of COVID. I'm working from my home, as you can see.
Yes, and we also are working from home. Definitely.
Yeah. And then this, in terms of scholarships, this is an important question because we get asked it a lot. Columbia College does no entrance scholarships. So we are not a school that can give large sums upon admission. And this is because we've already discounted the tuition for you at the front end. Okay, so I promise you we are one of the most affordable options in Vancouver. So we don't do it on the front end, but if you are a top achieving student, you do lots of extracurriculars, there's always going to be scholarships available for you based on your academic performance and your community involvement. So if you work hard, there are lots of financial opportunities available from within Canada. So we do have these available, but you have to prove yourself in our Canadian system, right?
Exactly. যেটা হচ্ছে যে dear viewers, যে tuition fee হচ্ছে around 16,000 something Canadian dollar per year, which is really very low. I mean, not, it's very affordable. So actually তাতে কোনো entrance scholarship নেই. And Tahmina Zafar actually she is telling that good and informative session. So we'll be connecting her very soon because she is from Pakistan. And another question, I can see how much at least do I need to show for master's program in bank. See, in terms of financial matters, you need to talk to Prominent Consultant. You can call us, or you can inbox us, or you can contact our WhatsApp number, all these things, because we are not discussing all these matters here. So you'll see that we are very unlucky that we did not get you in our last education fair, which is Global Education Expo in 2000, that on 29th February. and you're supposed to come in March, so far I know, but somehow it did not happen as well.
Yeah.
So we are very unlucky, and the COVID-19 stopped all of us.
Yeah,
So
I was
let's
supposed to be there in March, but COVID, I had to come home early. I couldn't finish the
yeah,
rest of my
exactly,
trip.
exactly, and definitely in this year, most probably there won't be any visit as well. So we'll be in touch in virtually. We need to be touch in virtually, and let's see how we can, that assist our students virtually. So any last words, or anything you want to share finally in this
Yeah,
live
I
session?
think at the end of the day, we know it's a difficult decision, especially what's happening with coronavirus right now. However, I work at Columbia College for a reason. I really believe in the system. I went through a transfer college myself. I did, 1 year at a college, and then I transferred to Simon Fraser University. So the system works if you believe in it, and if you're ready for the leap into Canada. You won't regret it. It's going to be hard work, but the reward at the end of the day, you'll look back on yourself after your degree and say, wow, I did that. And Bangladesh isn't going anywhere. It'll always be there. You can always go home. But if you're young and you have this opportunity to go abroad, you should do it, take advantage of it. And once you're done, the whole world is going to open up for you. So stay strong, stay together, stay healthy right now. We're all in this together. And at the end of the day, we're here to support you in whatever you need in any way that we can. So don't be shy. Reach out.
Yes,
Okay?
yes,
Thank
and
you.
yes, and definitely Canada is such a country where the investment is 100% returnable to your education. I mean, Canada is such a platform, that starting Canada is like a property, which is a lifelong property, which will support you, that to your parents, even to your kids, even to your grandkids as well. So, I mean, Canada is such a lovely country where you can think a longer way. And the thing is that the education system also in Canada is completely practical based, very experiential learning based. So where you can develop your skill, and definitely Canada could be a right destination, a very good destination for study, work, and settle definitely. And Chelsea, thanks for joining this live session, and thanks for accepting our invitation to be in this live session with us. And definitely this 1 hour live session really was very informative, and I think we have discussed each and every part of Columbia College, about starting from the college location, college, that the number of students, number of courses, requirements, and all other things we have discussed, and also the living expenses. So definitely, I would like to request our students, this live will be shared in our timeline and also a YouTube channel as well, so you can see this live session anytime if you want, so you can get to know all these things. And so we'd like to take a goodbye, and we'd like to say goodbye to you, good night to you. And I would like to say, Chelsea, that have a good day, because you have just started your day today, and maybe you have a lot of works on that today. So definitely our Ramadan is going on, so we are fasting now. So let's hope for the best. And till then, take care, and we'll see you in another live session. And Chelsea will be in touch.
Yes. Perfect. We'll see you next time, and whenever we want to do this again, we're more than welcome and happy to do so.
Yes, we are planning to have some virtual fair. After the Eid festival. Okay, so let's see how we can plan for it, and definitely let's see, we'll do something.
Sounds perfect.
Maybe in the next month, first week of or second week of next month. Okay.
Great.
So
great. Well, thank you very much.
Yes. Take care.
Okay,
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. And dear viewers, please stay home. Stay safe, and please be positive. Don't be negative. Be positive, because it's the time now to work together, to fight together about this crisis. Okay, about this crisis or against this crisis. So definitely we'll overcome. Just for the time being, just be in your home and stay safe. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.